Hey everybody, Big Toad here. Let's draw a Barsboldia Dinosaur. Drawing lightly, we'll start with the body. It's going to be like a potato. That line I put marks the center of the front of the body where I'll connect the neck. And so there's our potato. Now we can take the tail out, the back. I'll just kind of bring it straight out there, a little slope to it. Now we'll draw a circle right there around that line where the neck connects, and that's where we'll bring the neck up. It's not a long neck in there. We'll put the head in. Now it looks like a long potato and a couple eye ridges. And this is kind of like a fin that goes on his back. It's actually part of his bone structure. And they have tall vertebrae, and that's what those are. Now for the back leg, we'll put it in there, and then it's going to bend backwards. And then we're going to have another bend that's going to come forward, and then we'll put the foot in. And the toes. There we go. Now we'll do the front leg, and it's going to have an elbow there, come forward, and then just have a little bend backwards, and then the foot will go in there, and the toes. Now we'll bring the other front leg down, and it's going to be behind it a little bit. Work on the toes, and it's putting its weight on that leg. Now let's add a little more ridge to that forehead, put some nostrils, mark out the mouth and nose a little bit. And put a little more shape to that head. And that cheekbone there. Now we have one more leg to put in. We're going to put it right here in the middle here. There's his toes. And we can do a few touch-ups here and there to our dinosaur.
Hey everybody, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up.
Now we can get our black out, and we'll start up on the head, bring it down to the nose, put the mouth and nostril in, put those eyeballs in there with the little eye ridges, and do the bottom of the mouth and see that cheekbone. We brought it out a little bit. Then we're going to draw and fall along the back all the way down to the tip of the tail, then under the neck and come down to the chest. So we kind of shaped it there. And we can put that front leg in, just follow our light lines to the toes, the other toe, and the other toe, and then the foot to the elbow. Now we can put that bony ridge down his back. Just loop them along. They don't have to be perfect, but somewhat uniform. Right down, they get small as we get to the end of the tail. Now we can start that other front leg, his toes, put some claws on there, and do the belly, and then start the other back leg. Get down to his toes, and we'll bring that back up there to the elbow, bring it back down. There we go. Now the fourth leg, finish that toe. Let's put some claws. And we'll finish out the tail.
Hey, it's the Big Toad here. Stay tuned and we'll color that drawing.
I'm going to start with a nice dark green, and then I'll start putting some darker green in there for shading under the leg and under the neck and under the belly, and see the back side of the legs and the other leg back there, and kind of touch that up and put some light marks and some green here. And then that dark shading along the legs and the head, behind the eyes. Put a little light patch there for the sun hitting it. And on his nose, and now let's put his nose in kind of dark. There we go. Now we'll put a nice bright dark green. And on that ridge on his back, and then we'll draw some lines in there to give it some texture. Put some very fine dark green lines down the ridge. I think our Barsboldia needs some stripes for camouflage. Put some stripes in. This is a lizard. Dinosaur is just a giant lizard. And darken those up. Give them some highlights there. That's looking pretty good. And then we'll put some on his legs. He'll need some stripes on his chest and up his neck a little bit. Let's put some highlights in those stripes. Something a little brighter green. And then we'll put some highlights on that face. And now I'm going to put a bright green and put a few more highlights in there. Just several different colors of shades of green to give it some life. And we'll fix that bony ridge down his back a little bit. I think we're about done. Do a little more in the face. Put some lines, some stripes there. And there's our Barsboldia Dinosaur. This is the Big Toad, and I am out.